Hello everyone, welcome back to part 3 of the 3-part series. Today we have a 118 scaled Ford Crown Victoria Police Interceptor with California Highway Patrol decals on it. It's got the custom unit number 181 on the roof and on the front and rear license plates. And moving right along to the side of the vehicle, we have the CHP door decal along with the safety service security decal on the rear fender and a flag decal on the rear passenger doors. And taking a look at the roof, we have a realistic antenna setup with the long whip antenna on the roof as well as smaller antennas surrounding it, and all the antennas are bendable, so you can go ahead and bend them real quick and nothing happens. Moving on to the front of the vehicle, we have a custom 3D printed push bar as well as a custom 3D printed siren box in the middle with two LEDs right next to it angled at a 45-degree angle. And behind the push bar you can see there is a custom license plate along with a honeycomb grille on the upper level. And this vehicle also has downward facing spotlights on both doors, and the interior was painted as well. So the dash was slightly painted as well as the center console and these seatbelt clips. Moving on to the rear of the vehicle, we have the Highway Patrol decals with the custom license plate beneath it and a Ford logo as well right here. So down here we have 5 switches. So the first one is a white button, that is the power switch for the emergency lights. Second one turns on or changes the patterns of the emergency lights, and the slide switches right here. The first one turns on the headlights, the second one turns on the takedown lights, and the third one turns on all of the emergency lights, which we'll see in just a second. So let's go ahead and turn on the first lighting switch, which turns on the headlights, parking lamps, and taillights. So right here we have the headlights and parking lamps turned on, nothing too crazy. And in the rear we have the taillights turned on. Now let's go ahead and turn on the rear light bar. So we have the left directional pattern showing right now. All the other emergency lights are turned off except for the amber and blue LEDs you see right here. And there is minimum bleed as well. So when you're taking a look at the front of the model, you don't see any light bleeding through to the front from the rear of the vehicle. And now let's go ahead and turn on the takedown LEDs, which are these white LEDs in the roof light bar right here. They're replicated after the CHP takedown lights, so we have one small takedown on the left and right of the light bar with a bigger takedown in the center. Let's go ahead and turn that off for now and turn on the rest of the emergency lights. So as you can see, you have the push bar lights flashing, the side view mirror lights flashing, as well as the overhead roof light bar, with the exception of the one steady red LED in the light bar, which is a California code requirement for all emergency vehicles, and for CHP vehicles it's mounted right here. And let's take a look at the side of the vehicle. We have a side LED in the light bar, as well as the side view mirror lights, and the push bar light sort of covers some of the side of the vehicle in terms of lighting. And moving on to the rear, simple setup, just the light bar flashing. So we have the red added on to the amber and blue now. And other than that, that's the entire lighting setup. Now we can check out the second pattern of the vehicle out of the 12 patterns that this vehicle has. But it only has two realistic patterns, and one of them is the one we're seeing right now, and the second one is what we're about to check out in just a second. Alrighty guys, so here's pattern 2 of the 12 patterns that this vehicle has. This is the second realistic pattern, so we have the CHP parking mode turned on right now, which has all the front emergency LEDs steady burning. So we have the light bar steady burning, side view mirror lights steady burning, as well as the push bar lights. And in the rear, however, and on the sides, as you can see, we have the side light bar light flashing and the rear light bar flashing as well. Alright guys, so that does it for the lighting setup in the daytime. Now let's check out the lighting setup in the dark. Okay, so here's the model with the headlights, parking lamps, and taillights turned on. Let's take a look at the front. And here is a look at the rear. And now we can turn on the rear of the light bar, just the amber and blue LEDs, and then turning on the rest of the LEDs turns on the red in the rear and the red and blue in the front. So this showcases the steady burning pattern, which is the parking mode pattern on the California Highway Patrol vehicles. And now we can check out the code 3 pattern again in the dark. Alright guys, so here's the code 3 pattern. As you can see, the lights are pretty bright, and the lights are also really effective considering it gives the car a full 360 degree coverage. So let's take a look at the front. Got the lights still flashing away. And the push bar lights, even though they're angled, there is still lighting output towards the front. And take a good look at the side. And here is the rear of the vehicle. Now we can go ahead and turn all this off and show you guys the takedowns on the car. So here are the full white takedowns on the front of the light bar. Looks like the entire light bar is covered with white lighting, but in person you can see that the takedowns are set up just like the actual California Highway Patrol vehicle. Alrighty guys, so that does it for part 3 of the 3-part series of Bay Area Bugs is CHP collection. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this series and this video, please leave a like down below and comment what else you think might help me, your thoughts, anything along those lines. I'll be happy to read them and get back to you guys. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.